Welcome to Velosio's Raving Fans Start Within podcast. I'm Robbie Marson, CEO of Velosio. Today I have Nick Millar with me. Nick, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. It's great to be here, Robbie. So I'm Nick Millar. I'm the talent acquisition manager here at Velosio. Some things I'm passionate about is rescuing animals is a big one for me. I have 2 dogs, 2 cats. That's the lowest amount of animals we've actually had in the house at one time. I love Legos. If you could see around my office, it's filled with Legos at the moment. Love to travel and just do new things and go to places with my wife. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
And that big Eiffel Tower in the back, that's a Lego set, right?
It is. It's one of the largest ones. So
How long did that take you to put together?
I tracked it. It was like 26 hours from start to finish.
26 hours. Oh, man. Did you glue the pieces?
No, I live on the edge, so we have to move it one day.
Well, what do they call it in the Lego movie? You don't want to use glue. That was the that was not the way to go. I love that movie, by the way. Me and my son, when he was very young, watched it all the time. I never could get him into Legos, but my daughter loves them, so she loves them.
I mean, they're fantastic. He'll get into them later in life. Don't worry.
Well, so how long have you been with Velosio now, Nick?
So it's this will be 4 years this year in June, so about 3.5 years now, and kind of still feels like I just started yesterday. So it's flown by.
Awesome. And what were you doing before Velosio, and how did that path wind you to here?
Yeah, of course. So, it's funny. Most recruiters start out not thinking they're going to be a recruiter. No one's really went to college and said, I'm going to be a recruiter. So very similar for me. I started working at a theme park when I was in college. It was a part-time job. Worked there for 8 years. They kept promoting me, and I loved the job. And it taught me a lot. I got to do a lot of things. I got promoted into several different leadership roles. And, ultimately, when it came time to transition out of that, I looked at all the things I did in my job and tried to figure out what did I enjoy the most. And the thing that I always came back to was at the beginning of the year, we hired, hundreds of people, and then throughout the year kind of maintained, the staffing levels. And I just always enjoyed those big hiring days and talking to people and just kind of see people that spark when somebody, gets a job offer. So I was like, I'm going to look into like recruiting and HR, and I transitioned out of that, went into agency recruiting for about a year, and that is a different beast, agency recruiting. So I learned a lot in that year, and the 2 gentlemen that kind of took me under their wing, and took a risk on someone who hadn't formally done recruiting. Really grateful to them for what they taught me, and it was good while it lasted, but it didn't fully fulfill what I was looking for, and that's kind of when I stumbled across corporate recruiting. And for me, it really comes back to, I really like the hiring aspect of it, but I really like the long-term impact. So for me, it's like those wins that you keep getting, right? You hire someone and then you see them get promoted, or you see them win an award. You get to see those, all that work kind of pay off in the long run. So that's how I ended up where I'm at, and kind of why I love it.
So you were in corporate recruiting before Velosio, and he somehow recruited you to come here. So that's been great for us. And you've moved up here and leading our recruiting effort. So thank you. Maybe if you could swap job with one person at Velosio for a day, who would that be, and why would you want to swap with them?
Yeah, so this person, I don't even know if they, I don't know if we've had a real conversation because they've been here for a little while and I didn't recruit them. But Tom Gorbett, one of our generative AI developers, in my free time, I like to tinker. And I originally went to school for computer science. To me, just what AI is able to do for us and kind of how it's able to streamline the work that we do. I just think it's really interesting. And someone that kind of gets to do that every day and building agents and kind of on the cutting edge of that it seems pretty exciting to me. So that's why I haven't choose it.
Well, that's a big growing part of our business. You always got a future there if you want it. But hey, we don't want to get you out of recruiting. We enjoy what you're doing there as well. So.
Absolutely.
Well, so maybe if something a little more, kind of off the wall like that one. What's a phrase or inside joke your team uses that outsiders wouldn't understand?
So I've developed a nickname over the years on my team that sometimes it makes out of the team, sometimes it doesn't. But they call me Chef from time to time. And, funny story, it's, one day we had a lot going on, and I made the joke, I've got a lot of pans in the fire, and And then I remembered I had a chef's coat from when I worked at the park because I led our food and beverage team, and I went and got the chef's coat and put it on for our team meeting. And ever since then, the name's just kind of stuck. And I don't know, it's a fun little joke that we pull out sometimes.
A chef, okay, cool. So, what's a passion of yours that's not related to your job that maybe helps you with your job?
I'm actually really into bowling. I grew up bowling my whole life. My whole family bowls. My brother, he's in college on scholarship for bowling. So I really like to bowl. And for me, I think it translates, in a lot of ways to just kind of day to day and at work. It's, bowling. You have to make these small adjustments, throughout the entire game. Little by little, you're having to move left, move right, throw the ball a little bit faster, a little bit slower. And I think that's a lot like work, right? I mean, every day we've got to make the little adjustments, different ways of doing things, trying different things. And, sometimes you can do everything right. You can throw the ball exactly where you want. And it doesn't always turn out exactly like you'd hope. But, if you keep doing it and you keep pushing forward, I mean, ultimately you're going to have a good game. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
I had no idea you were into bowling. Next time you're up at the office, we'll have to go over to one of the bowling alleys around the place, and you can show me what I do wrong.
You let me know.
That great of a bowler.
I keep all my equipment in the car all the time. So
that's awesome. What's something that you've learned from a teammate that really stuck with you over your career?
I've learned a lot from everybody, but Logan has been one of my biggest mentors. Since I've been here, and something that she taught me that I really struggled with for a while was to just take a breath before you answer, before you do something, and everything is not an immediate emergency. I just have this innate need to, if you send me an email, I have to respond immediately. And sometimes that's not always the best answer, right? Sometimes you say the wrong thing, or you make a little mistake here that you wouldn't have made if you just took a breath and thought about what you were going to do. So she taught me to slow down and just take a moment, think of the answer, talk through the answer. So I really appreciate her for, kind of telling me it's okay to just sit back for a second.
Logan does have a cool head about it. She's very even keel. That's something we could all learn from her. So that's awesome. You have a lot of wins on your team. You help us hire a lot of great people. What's your favorite way to celebrate a win? It doesn't have to be a work win, but what's your favorite way to celebrate maybe when you won at bowling or something else?
So I'm a big fan of music. And so for me, like I do this for almost everything. If something good happens, I immediately get up and I go to the closest speaker to me and play whatever song is hyping me up the most lately, and I just have myself a little dance party for 5 minutes and then go back to what I was doing. But I don't know. It's just you just kind of get to like let loose and like shake out the the excitement for a minute. So yeah, that's it.
Well, so I need you to accidentally leave your camera on sometime, and I get to see the dance party. Yeah, that'd be good.
Anytime.
So maybe in closing, I won't keep you long today, but if you could describe Velosio and maybe your journey at Velosio in a GIF, what would that GIF be?
For me, I think it's probably like the Rocky, the Rocky GIF, running up the steps, just it's all about the progress and the growth, and it's more about the journey than it is about getting to the end. So that's probably the one I would go with.
So the Rocky GIF, Rocky at the top of the steps. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, it was great talking to you, Nick, and please keep helping us hire and find those great candidates so we can have more raving fans inside of Velosio.
Absolutely. Really enjoyed it. I appreciate the time today, Robbie, and have a great rest of your day, then.
Yeah, thank you.